On this episode of The Making of Hotel Soul, the clean out, the seat removal, and the floor plan. So this is what my car looked like when I left out in August 22. I used the trunk space and I made it a little bit bigger by making my own trunk. So that I can have storage space for my campus supplies. It didn't really work out because, as you can see, the panels are not even, and so it ended up looking like this towards the end of my travels. My car looked like this for like 2 years, y'all. It ended up being a garage because one, when I was out on the road, I did not really get to camp out because I was hopping from pet sit to pet sit. And so it became basically my mini garage. So I had to clean all of that out and I am not too proud of it, okay? So this is what my car looked like once it was all cleaned out. So then I had to figure out, okay, do I want to keep my seats in or do I want to take my seats out? I was debating about this for not long, maybe a couple of days, because I was like, if I remove my seats, where am I going to put my seats? Because I knew where I was temporary. But I went ahead and decided to remove the seats because I needed, I don't know if you saw my first video, but I needed to be able to get in the passenger seat to get into my bed. And so I decided to go ahead and remove my seats. So this wasn't a difficult process. However, I got confused about the lefty loosey, righty tighty. It's different with the socket wrench. And so most of my time was me loosening it up and then tighten it back up because my brain could not fathom lefty tighty, righty loosey, because that's how a socket wrench goes. So it was just like, it was a hot mess, y'all, but I got them off. And as you can see, I'm looking at, in this video, I'm looking at whether or not I wanted to um, remove the seatbelts, but ultimately I went ahead and did it because it wouldn't affect the leveling. I wouldn't be able to level my flooring. And for those that don't know, this is about my third build, and I am using the panels from my previous build. So as you can see, like those two spots that I just pointed to, those are actually level. So, yeah. So I was really excited about that because I was like, I removed these seats and it wasn't what I expected. I thought there was going to be like a deep well underneath, just like where there's that, where the spare tire would go, in the back, but it's not. Like there's like literally nothing. The bottom seat was just hard foam. So I was trying to figure out how can I do my flooring without damaging the structure of the car, because that's one thing that I did not want to do. I didn't want to drill anything in my car. I wanted to build, but I didn't want to do any kind of modifications to my car, and then it affect the integrity or how it works or whatnot. So, as you can see me here, me struggling into removing the seat belts because ultimately, like I said, I went ahead and removed them. So this was a lot of play, figuring out, okay, how are we going to do the flooring? Do we want to put the bottom seats back in? And I think I actually tried to do the bottom seats, like the part that you sit on, and just remove the backrest. But the bottom seats actually like curve up. And what I needed was basically a flat surface. So, yeah, yeah. And so what do I also want to point out? I don't know if you can see, but towards the front, you see like these pointy things. I'm going to try to circle it so you can see. This also helped to keep the boards in place, to where when I put my first panel on, the second panel will stay in place. So this is me removing the seatbelt. Tedious task. I'm glad that I did it. However, also I wanted to mention that it did not, the my back seats, yeah, this is me trying to figure out if I wanted to keep my seats. The back seats only required 6 bolts to remove, and the seat belts too. So altogether, it only took to removal of 8 bolts to get everything, the back seats removed out of the car. Once I figured out that I could level the 2 panels that I already had, existing panels I had a friend of mine, Andy, help me build some boards to get the bottom part leveled out with the top part. And so what you see here is me Velcroing the boards in place, but I ended up taking the Velcro off because it made the boards a little bit unsteady. So these boards are actually like 2 inches. We use two, 3.5, and 1/2 inch of plywood, and we just, I don't even know if that's plywood. I think it's just like 1x4s or something like that. But anyways, it leveled out that back part, as you can see, and then with the front part. Now, this is what my flooring looks like now. Um, it is actually very sturdy, very leveled. Even though I don't have Velcro on the boards that I put underneath to have the back part leveled, it is okay because the board, as you can see, I was trying to take it out so you can see. However, I had already Velcroed the panel in place, so I couldn't get it out. So it's very sturdy. And the reason why I use Velcro is because it was just ingenuity, y'all. Like I said, I didn't want to drill anything, and I'm like, I have this commercial, it's like industrial Velcro, and I was like, we go use this. So I used the prickly part of the Velcro and aligned it and stuck it every place where there wasn't a hole. Like I didn't want to cover up the holes just in case I wanted to put my seats back in place, and I didn't want to try to find anything or try to have to remove the Velcro because it's very, very strong. Also, what I did, if you notice, I put an old car covering on top of those wires just to protect it. And this here is the board. Like Andy glued it in place for me, and then it just works. The whole thing just works. The other thing I want to say about this is that things I would have done differently if I wasn't hell-bent on using my existing panels. I would have went ahead and just got new panels. One of them would still have been a 20 by 40, but the top part that you see up right here, I would have made it a little bit longer because right now I have 6 inches on each side of my car that could be used for additional space, and I found that that would have been helpful, especially when I was doing my bed platform, to have that additional space. It all worked out, and I'm pretty proud of myself using my existing materials versus trying to buy new ones. So, anyways, essentially, I have a 40 by 40 inch floor space to work off of. So the floor plan. So I know from my previous builds, I usually do half of it my bed. So I wanted to continue that because that's 26 inches in width, and my bed will be about 63 to 64 inches in length. The other part I wanted to section it off into areas, okay? Because my last platform, it was just one area and then everything just got thrown in. So my second half will be the kitchen. And that is where the sink is going to go. That is where I'm going to store my food. That is where uh, some of my bath stuff is going to go. So that will be, that section there will be the kitchen area. And then the top part will be the living area in which I will sit, I will lounge, I will meditate. That will be my sitting area for me to do some work because my bed will not only act as my bed, but it will be storage as well. And also, my cushions will remove, so I'll have an area to do my office work, work on my projects. And then it will also move so that I can have extra kitchen space. So, um, some of these spaces, like the bed, will be multi-purpose because I am working with a small space, but it can be done. And so that is the flooring. So I will be posting videos every Sunday, every Wednesday. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, bye.